Hello, Aries. Sorry about the loud music. Okay, so at the bottom of your reading for August 2023, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries, there is some sort of collaboration. There'll be a lot of communication about this collaboration having to do with some kind of home finances or the abundance that has to do with family. Something about that could be significant undertone of the entire month period for you. Right off the gate, I see you coming in with your energy. We have the Fool, which is the beginning of the tarot, the starter of the tarot, and that's you, the starter of the zodiac. And it's you're going through a major new cycle, a new change, big newness coming in. And what's kind of helping or hindering you, the 10 of Clubs and the 10 of Cups in reverse with the Rider. There is some sort of putting down a burden that was emotionally fulfilling at one point, that was a dream, like letting go of a dream of some kind, letting go of a dream to be able to move forward, or there's news that you need to let go of something that you've a dream that you've built up, some sort of maybe there's like this letting go of maybe you might have to let go of something that you've built up for a long time that was an ultimate, at one point made you feel very, very happy, and that you had accomplished some sort of emotional dream that you had set out to do. But for some reason, you can't carry that with you where you're going. You can't carry something that you love with you when you're going, where you're going. I mean, this could be the most mundane thing I can think of is you're moving and you can't take some of the furniture that you absolutely love because it just doesn't, it won't fit into your life. It's unable to be taken with you. It's usually something heavy. It's also getting an opportunity to start over and not being able to stay in the relationship that you're in now because there's something there about having to let go of something that you once carried, that you once found emotionally fulfilling, or it was a major accomplishment in your emotional life at one point. Maybe there's a loss of a family or a love relationship of some kind as well. With the Rider, it seems like you're taking your love somewhere else, because the Rider can be news of a romantic partner coming in, and it's like you're going forward to start something new. There's a lot of newness here. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, Aries. So what you're thinking about your future and your relationship goals, or what kind of relationship you want to attain in the future a lot during this period. You're also thinking about your future commitments and how you're going to complete those. You might be actually completing something at this time in a relationship, and you're thinking about what the future holds in terms of that. There is some sort of communication with a partnership about some sort of completion. You'll be using a lot of your mental energy during this period, thinking about this partnership completion in the future. Fourth house and fourth placement. What you're unaware of at this time is that there's going to be some news coming in. It could be something about finances that will be growing and progressing in some sort of way. So you're not aware of this, but somehow you're going to get some news that your job is you're planning routes, that you're going to have a promotion of some kind or some progress with some growth in your financial life in some sort of way. This could be at work. This could be even working from home. There is some sort of progress in terms of what you're growing in your life financially. You're not going to know about that yet, though, or you can't see it yet. In the past, I see that there was some sort of wake-up call that had to do with, it could have been a little bit dramatic, in terms of relationships. It may have had to do with finances. There's also this kind of, I see vanity here. So you're waking up to the vanity of something in the past, and it could have to do with, luxuries, or maybe you were made aware of some sort of vanity that was being, there was expenditure on, and that was being called out or called up for review in some sort of way. There's a rebirth here, though. It's as if you're taking something that was considered vain or some sort of vanity in your life, and you're realizing that it was in vain. Something could have been in vain as well, and that there's some sort of getting back to the basics, getting back to the needs, getting back to what's important, and what resources, what's precious about resources. There's precious resources, and not to waste your time on vain things or looks even. There needs to be substance to something. I think that maybe the relationship you were in, you got in because there was some sort of aesthetic to it. There could have been a lot of gifting, a lot of love bombing. There could have been some narcissism involved, and that's maybe why you're thinking about your partnerships and how far you've come full circle in terms of understanding that this relationship has completed, and what the future holds in your choices in relationships going into the future. There is some sort of, if there was a new beginning because somebody was decided they wanted to drop the ball and peace out in a situation, you might have been left with a child in the middle of all this. There could have been some sort of dysfunctional family that you had to start over and leave behind. There's something here about not wanting to deal with people who don't have their egos in check anymore, realizing the value of things and the worth of being practical and seeing what's available to you. It's like there was some sort of fakeness, some sort of dramatization, some sort of gaslighting that happened in the past, and now we're getting down to what holds some merit, what I can put my hands on, understanding what's right before me, and seeing it for what it is. So you're not aware that something could, the family could progress. There might be some news of a job. You don't think this job is going to be worth crap, but there's potential for growth here, I guess. And in the future, the near future, I see some sort of travel at a distance, maybe, but communication coming from afar. So this could be from a new lover. This could be from a something that's a blessing that's coming in the near future. That's there's some time before this will be communicated to you about how far it can go, how much it can develop, how much it is a blessing. So there could have been some communication about a blocked blessing or somebody trying to block a blessing for you. You're going to get that, catch wind of that in the future. There's anxiety here about starting a new relationship as well because of the past. So you could be communicating about how anxious you are about, getting back into the dating world or meeting somebody who seems like potential, because there might be some fear. I don't see anything that would pertain to that, but just kind of going by what's been going on in the past, it seems like that could be what the issue is. In terms of your what you're being asked to do is you're being asked to break down the tower that you've built, break down what you know so far, dismantle it, make it rubble, and kind of, even though you can't see like what's ahead, or how you're going to recover from the fall, it's saying to not let this event that's happened get you down and make you depressed. This is something that it's an epiphany as well. So you might be realizing that you're been down from the situation, and there's a relationship here that you're connected to that's going to be some sort of it's as if there's troubles on the horizon if the tower does not happen, because you take it down. If you make the choice to remove yourself from a burning tower or someone else's control or something like that, then there will be less troubles, and you'll be able to find a balanced connection in the future. There's expansion with relationships in the future. There's connections to the justice system as well with Libra. So things could get worse before they get better, but they will be getting better. So just know that that's your advice, is to understand that this tower is was only going to lead to confusion and stress and anguish in some sort of way, if that is what's going on in your life. Obviously, don't force fit something. You can't squeeze yourself into a size 2 when you are size 13. It just doesn't work. So, or vice versa. You're going to be swimming in your clothes if you go the other way around as well, and things aren't going to fit you and they're going to fall off your butt. So don't force fit a reading. But this is connected to some sort of justice. There's an expansion of justice. There's also this kind of wish fulfillment in terms of harmony and peace coming in as well. You're being advised to connect to the justice system, maybe, if you need to expand or grow any kind of harmony or balance in your life. Peace in your life will be important. Okay. What other people are seeing you as is they're seeing you as somebody who is excited about a new beginning in your career. They're also excited about some sort of they're seeing you as excited about some sort of stability that is coming in, some sort of anchoring, some sort of home, setting up shop, setting up a new home, collaborating with somebody else in order to get some sort of new setup for yourself with potential for growth. So there is potential for growth. So you may have not known that this job was going to be, in the past, you might have had a toxic boss or something. Somebody who was, it was all about looks in the past with whatever it was. And then, so you might have had to leave that situation and entered into a new job that you really didn't feel like had any potential or worth or, value. But what you didn't know is that there's going to be some movement forward. There's progress up. I think there's you're coming from the bottom, so you can't really gauge just how far down you were compared to how far up you can go with this opportunity in career. There is something here about court. If this is about being a lawyer, or there's something here about, there's a lot of law stuff coming in here. Libra in the 7th, big justice kind of, judicial kind of vibe. And then I have the 9th house also having justice, and that's the card of Libra as well. A Libra could play some significance in your life at this time. Somebody with Libra placements. Also, these are both the houses of law and justice in the zodiac. So there is justice and is achieved. There's some success in court, in a court of law. There's a big win. Things are being exposed. Things are coming to light. There's balance and fairness being brought to a situation. There's something there about this becoming a fair, you're getting a fair shot. In terms of the outcome overall, I see having difficulty because you're nervous with new love in the future, at the beginning of things, in the immediate future. And then I see you staying a little bit to yourself, feeling like you are the one that's gone through something that you've lost in love, or you lost in some sort of way that has made you stronger. And this also is giving me very big lawyer vibes. I'm seeing a judge, I'm seeing a lawyer type situation in a legal setting, in an organization, a hierarchy. This is discernment, calling the shots in an organization of some kind. She cuts out what doesn't serve her anymore. And so maybe love after this situation, or a new beginning in love, is kind of on hold while you get yourself together and kind of, she can be the martyr in a situation. I don't see that being a quality that she's taking on. I think that she's happy being sovereign and on her own. She is independent and she doesn't need somebody else to validate her. She knows her value, and she is as sharp as a tack. She's very rational in her thinking, and she's able to understand that when she's ready for the next step, she'll be able to make. She also is very discerning with the people in her life, or discerning about what deals she takes. She's very cutthroat in terms of what she'll accept and what she won't accept. And so there's lessons learned from the past about a job not panning out and you seeing the red flags. She sees the red flags a mile away. She'll beckon you forward, but if you even give her one bit of bullshit, she'll just cut you down, turn you down. That's it. You're done. I see that there's been some sort of waiting for some sort of finances or financial loyalties, or I want to say royalties, or there's some sort of trusting that the financial investments that you are making at this time for your future are going to pay off, and that the patience is further needed to ensure that they'll come to fruition. So there is some sort of having faith. A friend might be very significant in helping you to reestablish yourself. A friend might be investing in some sort, or associate might be investing in some sort of financial goal that you have for the future. In the end, I see some burden with a man or of a man being shown. There's a light shown upon it. There is some sort of undoing of whatever wrongs were done. Like I said, that there's a lot of justice going on in this reading. The Queen of Swords doesn't take any crap. She's also somebody who does the edits, you know, takes what is valuable from the situation and discerns, and then makes a decision. And her decision is final when she makes her decision. So if this was about a job, there was a lot of kind of, I don't have the 7 of Cups anywhere, but I feel like the 7 of Coins, this could have even been a family dispute. There could have been a burden with some sort of like somebody went for the pretty thing, or the pretty little thing, the next best thing, and disrupted a family situation, or there was some sort of dysfunctional family situation that was let go of, and there was a moving on from that, and needing to reestablish. I just see there being a great rebirth, a great call to action, a great realization of just how bad things have been, and getting connected to the right people, the right people and the right partnerships in your life that are going to help you move forward in justice, move forward in balance, and there's a future orientated and wish come true with this balance or this justice that's coming in. Okay? So now I'm going to walk through the houses. There is something to do with your, I mean, it's the first card, so I think the Head. So this is, just be careful if you don't knock your noggin on something. You could start doing some very physical activity with your body this month. You might try some new things in terms of working out or getting physical with your body, or anything to do with the body and the movements of the body. This little girl is playing kickball, so it's kind of like, you know, maybe trying out something new that'll be a physical activity for you. And the second house, I see that money and family might not be like the best thing right now. um, there is some sort of heavy weight that you've been carrying around. Um, Something was near some kind of end of a cycle, and there was a lot of emotional investment as well as physical investment in this, and you're just not willing to keep holding it up anymore. So maybe a job was too taxing, um, or you were carrying some sort of financial goal or financial burden of some kind that was affecting your family in some sort of way, and now you are letting that go and moving on, ending that cycle, moving on. And you'll get news of this. Somebody in your family also could have been very upset that this ended, or there was something here with some debt of a lover, of lover's finances, or there were some financial debts or burdens that this person was causing, and then they split the scene, leaving behind you with the financial aftermath of the situation. You're going to be getting news that there's some positive movement forward in that department. This is the first card of the Lenormand. This is the first card of the tarot, and this is another card about new beginnings. And these two cards are about endings that are about, the culmination of something and the new beginnings of something else. So this is like one huge major, and I have the World card up here, which is all about finishing the entirety of the tarot and starting over again at the Fool. So there is a big cycle for you, Aries. You are going through major changes, and new pages are turning. More like a new book is being started. So, third house. There is something about like the internet, global internet partnerships. There's a global tech partnership in your local area that's significant to you. There's some sort of travel agency. There's also about traveling and abroad to do humanitarian efforts, but it's a localized thing, a localized partnership. This is about helping the world in some sort of way through innovation. The future of the world is promised by whatever you're doing in your day to day, like your. So the future of the world is promised. Future travel is promising or promised, or there's a commitment to future travel. Oh, this is also public transportation. So this is about like public transportation to me. So you might be taking a lot of bus rides everywhere. You might be, instead of driving around your local environment, your neighborhood, you might be taking a lot of short distance trips. These could be on the bus or some sort of public transportation. There's some sort of assistance with travel as well if that's needed. There's a commitment there or some sort of contract there. This is Um, yeah, taxis. I just see a lot of commuting, which is interesting. Um, there could be some internet partnership, um, or some kind of broadcasting or news that's that's going on in your local, um, in your neighborhood. There's something here about your neighborhood being on the news. Oh, this could also be something about AI or something. It's something kind of almost sci-fi about it, but it's about your local area, your siblings, your cousins, your trips around your neighborhood, short distance traveling, and communications. So it is the house of communication. So I'm thinking that like it's like internet Zoom with somebody, or you're starting a relationship online and you're communicating with them at a distance. There's something here about that being a part of your day to day travel or something. This could be even just speaking about Uber or something like that. If you work for NASA of any like or any kind of space or science store, there's like a local science store that you could be um, getting into contract with, maybe working for them in your local area, or you could be giving back to the community in some sort of way, partnering up with some local business to give back to the community in some sort of way. Help others resolve some sort of um, issues that they're having. This is also internet dating, um, and dating people in your local area, finding people in your local area through the internet, through technology. Um, and the fourth house, there is some sort of if you have children, you could be homeschooling. There's some sort of news here about a family in progress. So you could be finding out that you're pregnant at this time, or somebody that lives with you is pregnant. Um, However, I just feel like this news is more tangible and and financial. So you could be finding out that your kid has gotten a promotion at their job, who's a teenager, or that there's um, some sort of savings that is progressing, or your kid could be like getting some sort of acclamation. Also, this is about being tall. This is about being the height. So there's some sort of progress, like major um, a growth spurt of a child or a teenager. – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – – some news about finances could be causing major growth and progression in the home. So you might be expanding your home in some sort of way, adding on additions, building up. Very interesting. So then the fifth house of your romance and creative endeavors, I see that there's some sort of realization about somebody being a little fake, a little bit egoic, a little bit. Somebody could be lying about the money that they make, or how they present themselves is not how they really appear. You're realizing this at some point. If this is about a creative thing, it's about some sort of theater, kind of makeup artistry, or instead of making somebody more beautiful, you might be making them more ugly for a role that they're playing. You might not have all the resources to make a costume of some kind. This also could be a creative project of making a costume. This is also taking an old item of some kind and giving it a new face, giving it a new, giving it new substance, giving it new value. This is also thrift shopping, so you might get creative with your wardrobe and start thrifting and creating your own clothes out of different things. Somebody is getting, is realizing that a gift was really not the meaning behind a gift, or the reason for the gift was not exactly, I don't know, maybe you realizing that some dating partner you have gave you a secondhand item or something that they meant for their girlfriend or something. They didn't spend the amount of money on it that they did, or there's like this outlandish kind of gift that you get that's kind of, you're realizing like where this kind of is coming from. There's something here about that. This is also about refurbishing for a creative hobby. It could be a vanity that you're refurbishing. There's something beautiful here being created, and it could have to do with also feeling inspired to or called to be a cook, or a culinary artist in some sort of way, or do that as a pastime or a hobby. This is about your hobbies, so. And Leo is also about your hobbies. So it's falling in the house that it's in, but it's in the reverse. So it could have been a past hobby that you're reviving, that has to do with decorating of some kind, or adding some flair to something. It's a luxurious feeling. It's kind of glamorous, a reviving of something glamorous, or reviving the glamour, getting back to doing your makeup a little more dramatic, getting back into the swing of that dating world, if a relationship ended and now you're trying to get yourself out on the dating market again. Sixth house, routine and health and all that jazz. There could be some sort of anxiety and a wanting to drink this period to ease that anxiety. Just putting that out there. You have two other new beginning cards that I'm seeing. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I mean, this reading screams like my whole life is changing. My whole life is starting over. There's something new. You're being reborn. You might feel like you're unable to have a new emotional beginning because of anxiety. So you're trying to be happy, but you're being blocked from being happy about something new, a new blessing in your life or something, that it's because of anxiety. So maybe try to really relax yourself in a more holistic way, or maybe seek a counselor that can help you kind of get that under wraps, and just so you can take a load off. I think talking about it will help relieve the difficulty, or you might want to cry as well, and just find yourself feeling kind of numb or cold about it. Like it's hard for you to express emotion at this time for some reason. Maybe you've been through a lot. Maybe it's something on a more health thing, a more health kind of level. If you have any kind of neurological stuff going on, that would be between you and your primary or you and your professionals. But there is something here about feeling like something isn't flowing quite right. This could be anything from a stone to something where it's just an emotional blockage of some kind, due to anxiety. I think anything to do with the body that might be causing you problems would be from anxiety. It would have started with an anxiety or an emotional. It's from an emotional place. Obviously, you need to see a doctor if anything's going on with you and your body, in any way, shape, or form. And there's this kind of, in the day-to-day life, I feel like you might be really anxious and busy with and kind of being a busybody, kind of getting a lot of stuff done, and you might be feeling like you're being blocked from starting a new emotional relationship, or maybe starting to like have a romantic kind of expression of some kind. A couple could have a baby at a distance from you, that it's a new baby that's coming into the frame. You might know this couple, obviously, from work, or from the past, or you worked with one of them in the past, or both of them in the past. And so I see you either traveling to go visit and share this blessing, this new cup with them, or yeah, something about that. This is also conception. This is the ultimate conception duo, and they're really close to each other. So you could be getting pregnant at this time as well in the near future. And I also have this here. I did say there was some sort of pregnancy here. There's like news about some kind of test results, or maybe you have a daughter who's of age who's going to be having a baby as well. A new baby coming into play. There's some sort of news about a new baby coming into play here for some of you. And that could very well be affecting your physical health and your job, so that makes perfect sense. You also might be worried about the baby being a challenge within the work sphere at some point. Or maybe you have a job that they're not very good about that sort of thing. I don't see any problems with that. I see you just being nervous, and that being the block for you versus the actual blessing being the block for you. 7th house, partnerships, a dismantling, a rubble of some sort of relationship in your life. This relationship could have been connected to some sort of other partnership. So say like it was a job, or some sort of partnership where you had met somebody that you romantically dated. There's some sort of dismantling of the relationship or one of the relationships in order to keep the harmony and the balance of the connection between one of the other partnerships in the situation. I feel like whatever is troubling you, whatever is confusing now, I mean, I just feel like it's becoming, it's moving into something better. Some sort of dream is muddled right now. Some sort of connection is confusing right now. You might be having a sudden realization about a partnership just being that they're not being fully transparent in a situation, and therefore you are just going to reestablish your balance in terms of this connection and expanding this connection. If there is anything in this partnership that is unfair or unjust, you would probably want to seek like legal or if you happen to need to, you seeking legal or court matters might help you kind of get to the goal, the desired goal, or the wish that you want to take the direction in, or the direction you want the wish to go in. You know what I mean? This is also a sprinkling of pixie dust on a particular partnership as well. So this can be connections that you couldn't see before coming from a certain type of, and suddenly you hitting it off with somebody else and connecting with somebody else that's going to expand your universe. There's a lot about communications and future forward thinking and innovation in the internet. So yeah. 8th house. New potential or new new opportunities for growth in terms of career from somebody that you share some sort of assets with, or somebody that you share like property with, somebody that you share, the bills with, could be offering you a new opportunity to have a career. So that's good. This is also a new beginning that is stabilizing after a time of crisis. All right. So, in the ninth house, any kind of legal endeavors, any kind of schooling in terms of law, any kind of matters in that department, there's going to be balance, justice, fairness, success. There's going to be a spotlight on that. Anything that is hidden within, if you're going through a legal battle, will be exposed. The truth will prevail, success will prevail, and balance will be restored to your house of good luck and fortune. So there's something here about good luck coming in, the sun shining on you again, you having a fair and just outcome to any difficult situation you've been dealing with in your life. This is about the balance within your self-expression as well. You might just be feeling more well-balanced and more spiritually connected at this time. You might be getting a better philosophy on your life. There's something here about equilibrium being restored, and this is also like something to do randomly. It's coming up for me about United Nations of some kind, but I don't know, that was just a random thing. Your 10th house, this is somebody who is the decision maker at a place of employment, somebody who is judging your productivity in the workplace, somebody who is a boss, somebody who calls the shots, who is the one that deals with people, that when there are problems, who is fair but also cutthroat at the same time. Somebody who is alone. You might be working a lot alone, doing some editorial work of some kind. You also could be getting a promotion in an organization to be in this type of job position where you're editing something. You're the one overseeing and making sure that everything is continuous and logical and makes sense. And if there's anything that needs to be edited in any kind of way, removal, firing, cut and paste kind of situation, this is something I see for you in your career. And it's a strong woman, strong female vibe. This is somebody you could also be meeting in an organization at your career, who's going to help you get affiliated with the system and the rules of the business, of the rules of engagement. This is your reputation as well, so you could be seen as a single person at this time, somebody who is very can be very cold if that's what she needs to be. Somebody who only um, will allow somebody to come forward that she deems reasonable, that she deems worthy. So there's a worthiness here that needs to be. There's an evaluation of what's worthy. And this can be a headhunter, this can be an editor of any kind, editorial artist of any kind, somebody who deals with financial cuts or finances in any way, somebody who also breaks apart and sells businesses, the parts of businesses, like sells it bit by bit. This is also somebody who works with any kind of sharp object. This can be somebody who's in the beauty industry over here, and they're doing hair cutting or anything where there's an editorial. Like I said, there's changes being made by somebody's opinion of what needs to be made, a change. So there's this friendly influence, helpful influence coming in from your 11th house of friends and associates, and hopes and dreams. And there's this kind of friend who's going to be willing to help you build or get to the point of fruition with something faster, is moving something up for you from being not ready to be harvested to being harvested much sooner. They could be teaching you a talent or a skill that has to do with computers or the internet. They could be helping you up your game in some sort of way so that you have a talent to present to others as a master of in the future. There's something here about this friend being a loyal friend, being a loyal associate, and this woman could very well be that Queen of Swords could very well be that friend eventually in the future after this initial getting to know you stage at your new job, because your new life is starting. There is something here about a spiritual man, or the spirit of a man, and being exposed. A spiritual man being exposed in your... I don't know what it is. It's this can be about Jesus. I'm going to just say that because it's the cross and the man and the sun. So I'm thinking this is a very Jesus-orientated kind of trio of cards. You could be having a dream about Jesus. You could be burdened by something to do with in your day life, in your walking day life, that's coming in at night and bothering you when you sleep. But I don't really know if that's the case, because I don't know what it is. It's like you could be having a spiritual visit, and I've said this for a few signs. It's very interesting that it's coming up here. You could be getting some information or getting having something come to light about a man that has been dealing with a burden of some sort of institutionalization of some kind, or there's some sort of, I would hate to say this, having the dog card so close to the it just doesn't seem right to me to say that, but I have a feeling like the sun card can be about children as well, and so there could be something about a priest and children that has to do significantly with. It's just a very weird combo. Um, but this person could be a very spiritual person and not have anything to do with the prior. Um, it's just that they're kind of getting a light shine down on them for some reason. There is some sort of um, expression of spirit coming through in the 12th. I mean, you might even see a spirit. It might be literally like a manifestation of some sort of spirit that you witness. It can be that you're having to go to bed earlier to get up for work and on time, and like the sun is still out. Or this can just have to do with some sort of Christianity, some sort of spiritual. If you're a Christian, this could have to do with that. There could be some reveals about this is just happiness of spirit as well. So you could have a dream about somebody that has passed on that is letting you know that they're happy, that they're at peace, that they're wishing you well, that they're happy for you, that everything's gonna be okay, in spirit. All right, Aries. On that note, I'm gonna let you go. But there is some sort of collaboration. Um, there is some sort of rite of passage in regards to a lot of communication going in about some analytical stuff in your life. Um, you're analyzing things, I think, to edit things out that don't serve you anymore. So there's a lot of new beginnings coming in. I see finances in the home flowing in due to a career change. You may not have expected that cutting out something and cutting out a career would help you progress so much faster by taking this news of a job, but there's so much room for growth there and promotion, and somebody, you're going to meet a friend there who's going to teach you the ropes, and you might even be like, she might be kind of tough at first, but eventually she's going to warm up to you, and you might be friends for life, who knows. Seems like there's a lot going on. Relationships might not be that great, but in the near future I see you being offered some sort of new love. It could be just this new friend that's coming in. They might have kids. Her husband might be a priest of some kind. I don't know. Or a pastor or something. But from what I see about her, the friend at work or the person at work, she's kind of a lone wolf. She might not be married. She might be somebody who's divorced, actually. So there's something here about new love coming in the future, though, and about being nervous about. Don't let your being nervous, stop you. The rubble of the past should not be connected to this new life and this new balance and new justice that's coming in. And any challenges that you've had with other people in your life, they'll be sorted out, and justice will be on your side. And the sun is, you have the sun twice too. Oh my God. Whatever problems you had, they're going to be nothing compared to the happiness and the joy and the success and the vitality and optimism you're going to feel coming into September. I think that's really how it's going to go, Aries. All right, I'm so glad you stopped by the nest. If you liked this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And have a great August, and I'll see you in September.